You're such an asshole.
Now, thank God, I am the king of Gen X. People have made me the Pope. I have my Gen X hat back at home, and only I, the powers are vested in me to declare you an honorary member of Gen X, and not the generation that you may have unfairly, out of your control, been born into. And so we had that young man who pled his case. He said, "Look, I was born 1984 or whatever, and they say I'm a millennial, but I got a job, I pay my taxes, I paid off my student loans, and I don't demand a bailout. Can I be part of Gen X?" And through the powers vested in me by the universe, I made him an honorary member of Gen X. Now we have a similar thing, but on the other side of the generational spectrum here. We have he was out of his control, born a boomer, born into the pot loser, baby, light my fire generation. And he has a problem. Hey, another question for you. My wife and I were born in the early 60s, but neither of us feel like boomers. We are both the youngest in our family. Hang on. All right, hang on. All right, there we go. Just want to make sure. We are nothing like our older siblings who are super liberal into yoga, Eastern mysticism. I know I do a shtick, but my gosh, then it's not even a shtick. Divorce, smoking pot, and ripping on Christians and conservatives, which my wife and I are. I so wish some of you people were around in the 80s, because these boomers were making fun of Leave It to Beaver. And now that's what everyone deep down inside desperately wants, is a stable nuclear family. We grew up very lower middle class, got married and had kids relatively young, and are still happily married after 35 years. That alone, you can't be married, period, and be a boomer. Like, so far, you're conservatives. You don't believe in woo-woo crystals. You weren't hippies. You had kids young, and you're happily married. That right there, you can't even be a boomer. I'm not saying you can enter the domain of Gen X, but the boomer, the boomer pope, he should have banned you and ostracized you long ago. I'm surprised they even consider. You probably have been banished. You just don't know. She was as a traditional stay-at-home mom, housewife. Again, you are striking out on all the boomer things. Mom, housewife, and I graduated with a computer science degree. I worked my tail off, have multiple certifications, software pass, make deep into six figures. We both try to stay healthy and avoid getting Walmart fat. We have zero debt. Oh, no, you're not divorced. You don't have debt. You can't be a boomer. Absolutely not. There's no way you could be a boomer. No. Next thing you know, you're going to tell me, oh, what you do? You got a computer science degree. I'm like, you know how to operate a computer. No. You are like the anti-boomer. You're like the anti-Christ. The boomers all seethe and hate you. We have zero debt, net worth, top medium, 5 to 7%, but nobody but us knows this. No, you're not even flaunting the wealth you don't. Look, first you have wealth. Can't be a boomer. You have no debt. Can't be a boomer. But then you don't flaunt the wealth that you have. That's like negative infinity times boomer. But nobody knows this. As we only have one car, mostly eat at home, and live a very humble little house. You could get another car. I mean, come on. Afford that convenience for any reason for your wife. We keep to ourselves, just ignore people we disagree with versus get mad at them, quietly help people when we can, and just do the best we can in our little corner of the world. My question is, are we still boomers? No. 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 I'm surprised the boomers haven't sent a hit team after you. I'm surprised you're alive. We feel like we have nothing in common with the boomers we know. Yeah, you're winners. You have no debt. You have jobs. You love each other. You didn't get divorced. You probably raised stable children. You have a positive net worth and have an adequate. You are the anti-boomers. You're the anti-boomers, and you must be expunged from the community. Maybe all boomers don't think they are boomers, and I am wishfully self-delusional. Please keep me anonymous. No, you are not a boomer. You just happen to be born in that age. If anything, you're World War II generation or silent generation, which is way better than Gen. I could even induct you into the hall of Gen Xers, because most Gen Xers are pretty much losers too. No, you are not boomers. I can't. You're too good for Gen X. Even you got to go the other way. No. But boy, I bet you guys are. I always talk about enjoy the show and watching the generations. Like once the artificial supports of life are taken out, and by that I mean like college or education ends, that artificial environment goes away, and then see how people navigate in the real world. Every generation except for Gen Z, because they're still in college, but the millennials they're the freshest off that boat, the freshest, newest generation introduced into the real world. Every generation, millennial and older, is really eating their popcorn, watching their generation just fail at life, just fail at it, and not be able to compete. But you guys, it's like the millennials, the train is falling off the rails. The Gen Xers, their train has impacted with the wall or the other train and is now starting to buckle. The boomers are at peak destruction in terms of watching what's happened to their generation, where everything has crunched up and the explosion is mid-explosion, because now your peers, your counterparts are old, in debt, lonely, divorced, and maybe I dare don't give them this humility or the ability to critically think this. Maybe they're getting around technology and they wasted their lives. Maybe. And you won. Like, you should be doing the victory dance, like a big old victory dance. Now, just me, you don't have to listen to me. I'm no economist. But why don't you allow you got the money, get another car, and, maybe take your wife out for a nice dinner or something. Buy her a nice dress. You guys earned it. Nothing that would cripple your finances, but maybe enjoy some of the finer things in life. I know you got yourself in the love and maybe you got grandchild. I know, but you guys can have just a little bit of materialism. If you always wanted that, I don't know, riding lawnmower, get it. If you guys want to move down to Florida, do it. You guys earned it. But I know, see, you guys are so based, you're so well anchored, and you're so well grounded that, well, what joy would a riding lawnmower bring me? I love my wife. I love my children. You guys enjoy. You got to spend your life together. You won. I don't know. Perhaps me recommending you splurge a little bit is it's lost on you, because you found out what counted most in life. But yeah, you are not a baby boomer. No, there's no way. No way you're a baby boomer. None. But I'm very happy. I'm glad you guys won it. You did it. You did great. All right. Let's see any super chats here. Boo, 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 boo. Nope, that's it. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.